Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind you.
Not long after, he tried to calm things down by telling everyone he was fine and not in custody.
Another thing, I'm a free man. Stop, goddamn, I'm not locked up. I'm straight.
But then came the shocker. Footage allegedly leaked from jail that quickly went viral, and the internet couldn't stop talking. The clip was wild enough to send social media into chaos, and this time, T.I. had enough. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how T.I. reacted, why the Harris family's image is now under serious pressure, and what this could mean for King Harris moving forward. T.I. loses his cool after leaked footage from jail allegedly showed King in a controversial situation. For T.I., this wasn't just another headline, it was a personal and public crisis. The moment he saw it, insiders say he went off in private, caught between anger, disappointment, and shock. This wasn't about fame anymore. This was about protecting a family legacy that's already been through enough drama. King's name has been in and out of the news for all the wrong reasons lately: traffic stops, warrants, online feuds, and outbursts. But this incident pushed things to another level. The footage, which spread like wildfire, became a symbol of how fast things can spiral when you're living life in the spotlight. What made things worse was the online chatter. People began connecting this to old rumors about the family, creating new narratives that T.I. had no patience for. Insiders say T.I. immediately called his son, demanding answers and making it clear that the situation had gone too far. He reportedly told close friends that this was the last straw, that King had to face reality and learn what accountability truly means. Behind closed doors, the family was said to be furious, not just at the leak, but at how quickly their private life was being turned into entertainment. Meanwhile, social media went into overdrive. Fans debated whether the footage was even real, while others used it to mock or criticize King's behavior. But for T.I., none of that mattered. What mattered was the damage it caused, the way it painted his son, his family, and everything he's built. By the end of the day, one thing was clear: T.I. wasn't going to let this slide quietly. He's reportedly planning to take control of the narrative, refocus the family's image, and remind everyone that despite the chaos, the Harris name still stands for strength, resilience, and redemption.
DUI out of Pickens County.
Out of Pickens County?
32. Could you go and confirm that warrant?
The only DUI, I had a suspicion of a DUI a long time ago, and it was dismissed, so I don't know what they can be talking about.
That the guns were his. No hesitation, no excuses. The officers looked stunned, while cameras rolled, capturing every second of the wild moment that would soon take over social media.
I got a stick, an AR.
I gotcha.
That lie detector moment went viral fast because everyone could see he was desperate to prove something. He sat there, chest out, talking about struggle and street life, but the internet wasn't buying it. Fans dragged him, saying he was trying too hard to act tough when everyone knew he grew up rich. T.I. built a legacy off discipline and hustle, not pretending, so watching his son chase this fake image had to sting. Instead of maturing, King doubled down, posting wild clips, talking back to critics, and showing off his temper, feeding exactly the image that now has his family's name on the line.
Not from the trenches.
You gotta think? What the hell? Why you gotta
Because
think?
it's a yes or no question, y'all.
Yeah, it's a yes
My
or no.
life is different.
Okay, talk to me.
But this leak flipped everything. Overnight, King went from trying to rebuild his image to being the internet's newest punchline. Every blog, podcast, and gossip page had his name in the headline, not for music or success, but for humiliation. T.I., who built his brand on being a respected OG and family man, saw decades of work crumble in seconds. Sources close to him say he immediately called in PR teams, demanding the video be scrubbed, threatening legal action, and even reaching out to people in the industry to stop spreading it. But it was too late. Once something hits the internet, it's out there forever. And the irony? King always wanted attention. He wanted to prove he wasn't just T.I.'s spoiled son. But this kind of attention isn't what he imagined. It's painful, messy, and permanent. What T.I. faces now isn't just a family crisis, it's a branding nightmare. The world is watching to see how he handles his son's downfall, and for the first time, silence might not save the Harris name.
And another thing, I'm a free man. Stop, goddamn, I'm not locked up. I'm straight.
But now with this leaked clip, that statement looks like a cruel joke. Because whether the footage is real, staged, or taken out of context, the damage is permanent. Once the internet stamps you with a label, it sticks. And King Harris, who once tried to build an image of toughness and authenticity, suddenly found himself mocked, exposed, and questioned on the deepest level. And this is where T.I.'s reaction matters most. We're talking about a man who built his career off being the king of the South, a man who prides himself on respect, legacy, and family loyalty. To watch his son become a laughingstock online, to see old rumors about sexuality and hidden sons flood back into the spotlight, to see the Harris brand dragged through the mud, that broke something in T.I. According to insiders, he went off on King in private, unleashing years of frustration about his son's choices. From DUIs to guns to the prison leak, T.I. made it clear he was done cleaning up King's messes. But the real question is this: was this meltdown about protecting his son or protecting his own image? Because here's the truth, this family has always been about controlling the narrative. When Messiah and Domani stepped back from family hustle, rumors swirled. When King hosted a baby shower with his girlfriend Nana, some people celebrated while others saw it as yet another PR stunt. And when King's jail footage leaked, the silence from the Harris parents said everything. They weren't going to defend him publicly. They were going to let T.I. rage in private and then find a way to spin the situation in their favor. But in this video, we're not just talking about the leak itself. We're digging into the family's hidden past, the secrets, the cover-ups, and the hypocrisy of a household that preaches discipline while chaos explodes behind closed doors. And trust me, what's coming next is even darker, because this footage may only be the tip of the iceberg. The real story lies in how the Harris family has been managing scandals for years, and why this one leak might finally be the thing that exposes them all. The irony here is painful. King Harris always wanted attention. He wanted the cameras, the fame, the validation of being seen as real. And now, the attention he's getting is the kind that destroys reputations. Look back at the body cam footage again. You don't just see a kid in trouble, you see someone desperate to prove he's from the trenches. At one point, King literally tells the officers not to search his car because you're not going to find nothing. And then seconds later, he casually admits there are multiple guns inside. That contradiction is exactly why people stopped taking him seriously. And yet, it's also why the leaked prison footage spread so fast. People wanted to humiliate him, to tear down his street image and flip his persona upside down. Let's be clear, this isn't the first time the Harris family has been dragged into controversy, but this one feels different. This time, the internet isn't laughing with King, it's laughing at him. And for a family obsessed with image, that's the kind of hit you don't recover from easily. In fact, one YouTube breakdown flat out said the Harris family has mastered the art of image control, carefully showing only what benefits the brand and burying anything that doesn't. From T.I.'s early controversies to Tiny's reality TV moments, every move has been about maintaining power and perfection. But King's behavior keeps cracking that polished surface. The more he tries to act street, the more people see through the illusion. His attempts to prove he's from the trenches have become running jokes online, turning him from a rapper's son into internet meme material. And now, with this leaked prison footage, everything's spiraling out of control. It's no longer just about embarrassment, it's about legacy. T.I. isn't just angry at King, he's furious at the idea that decades of hard-earned respect could crumble overnight. For years, he's presented himself as a man of values, discipline, and control. Now, one viral clip threatens to undo all of that. Behind closed doors, insiders say T.I.'s patience has worn thin. What started as tough love might now be turning into public distance. Because if the family can't contain the storm, the Harris brand might never recover.
Grip house, but in a bad area.
That much how I manipulate the line
so
at the
if
test.
anybody know Terra Boulevard, Flint River,
Okay.
Clayco, that's where I'm from.
Remember when he tried to claim he was from the trenches? The internet didn't forget. Those same clips resurfaced, this time side by side with the leaked footage, turning King Harris into a viral punchline overnight. The memes were ruthless, the edits nonstop, and the comment sections filled with people clowning his entire image. What once was his tough guy persona now looked like a bad joke to millions. And through it all, the Harris household stayed silent. No statements, no denials, just total silence. That's what made everything sting more. Because when your own family doesn't step up to defend you, the internet takes that as confirmation. And fans ran wild with that narrative, saying T.I. and Tiny's silence was their way of admitting something was off. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed the family's PR team was scrambling, trying to figure out how to control the damage before it spread any further. But it was too late. The clip had already become digital wildfire. In less than 24 hours, King Harris went from being known as a rapper's rebellious son to one of the most talked about figures online, and not for the right reasons. But the deeper you dig, the more this feels like a pattern. King's arrest history isn't new. DUIs, gun charges, reckless driving, the October 2024 stop where officers pulled an AR out of his BMW. It's been piling up. For any other family, that would have been the breaking point. But in the Harris house, it was just another cleanup mission. Every scandal brushed aside, every rumor spun, every headline turned into damage control. Until this one. Because this time, there's no spinning. And then comes Asterisk Family Hustle. Asterisk fans have long questioned why Messiah and Domani slowly disappeared from the show. One viral YouTube breakdown reignited the theory that one of them was kept off TV due to rumors about sexuality. Never confirmed, never denied, just quietly swept under the rug. Now, with King's footage questioning his own masculinity, fans are connecting the dots. They're saying, this isn't random, this is a family pattern. T.I. built his entire career around the image of the King of the South, a symbol of dominance and respect. He's the same man who once bragged about checking his daughter's purity for the sake of her reputation. Yet his son's scandals get excused, buried, or ignored. That double standard has now come back to haunt him. Because this time, no amount of lecturing or image control can stop the memes. The footage hit the internet like a storm, and no PR team in the world can put that lightning back in the bottle. Even after everything, King refuses to back down. He still posts, still claims he's built for the trenches, still throws around street references like he's proving something. But the truth is, the more he talks, the worse it gets. Because now, no one believes him. His realness has turned into a punchline. At home, sources say the energy between T.I. and King is tense, a mix of fury and disappointment. Some say T.I. is torn between protecting his son and protecting his brand. Others think this might be the breaking point that permanently fractures their relationship. Either way, the Harris dynasty will never be the same again. Because this story isn't just about a leaked clip, it's about power, pride, and control. It's about a father who built his legacy on respect and a son who shattered it in seconds. It's about the danger of chasing authenticity in a world where one viral moment can end everything. And that's why this scandal matters. Because in the end, one clip was all it took to expose a family that's been trying to hide cracks for years.